Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Vegas Sportscast. I am Bill O'Donnell, just giving a quick sports update on this beautiful Tuesday evening. It is October 31st, Halloween night. Lots of things going on across many different sports right now. I guess the most important thing going for Vegas is the Vegas Golden Knights currently on a little bit of a skid, losing yesterday and today, both to New York teams. So we have the Vegas Golden Knights now with 3 losses on the season. Definitely a change to see them lose. I know a lot of people coming into this season, they weren't expecting much, but we've had a phenomenal start to the season, and it's been a crazy ride so far. But for those that are not really too much into hockey, I remember seeing people predicting we would go undefeated on the season, which has definitely never been the case, ever happened in hockey, never mind for an expansion team. In fact, the record right now for an expansion team even making it to the playoffs is 3 seasons. It's taken 3 seasons for a team, an expansion team, to make it to the playoffs. Vegas Golden Knights obviously on a great run already, but they didn't just notch their 3rd loss of the season. In other news, how about that World Series? We have LA Dodgers, Houston Astros. It is just absolutely a heck of a series going on. It is tied right now, 3-3 on the series. Houston started off a little bit strong. They put up a run early, and then the Dodgers came back and fought back just to be able to tie this series up. It has been a crazy, hectic back and forth series, and we are moving to Game 7. It is anyone's game right now at this point. I believe tonight was the first loss for Verlander on the mound. I believe even at any time this season, so I'll have to double check on that, but it was a loss for him, and we are moving on. Also in sports, the NFL, it was the trade deadline today. All trades had to be in by 4 p.m. Eastern Time. A little bit of ripples going on. Yesterday, the New England Patriots, in a surprise move, traded Jimmy Garoppolo to the San Francisco 49ers, leaving absolutely no backup to Tom Brady. Unfortunately, his offensive line has not been playing too well. He has been sacked more times already this season than he has in previous seasons. So with a weak offensive line, it is a scary situation. Tom Brady, having no backup behind him. Now, normally the Patriots will sometimes run 3 quarterbacks on their roster. Most of the time, just generally 2. Earlier this season, they did trade Jacoby Brissett, the 3rd string quarterback, traded him to the Indianapolis Colts, and with the surprise move yesterday, traded Jimmy Garoppolo to the San Francisco 49ers for a 2nd-round draft pick in 2018. Also, another big surprise move was Ajayi from Miami Dolphins made the jump over to Philadelphia to bolster their already strong offensive capabilities. So he's now an Eagle, which does change up things in the NFC. Especially with Dallas losing Ezekiel Elliott again to the legal battle. So that is a back and forth thing, going on. And one last thing with a big trade move that did or did not happen. It was the Cleveland Browns that tried to get A.J. McCarron from the Cincinnati Bengals. The initial story that went out was they agreed to the trade at 3:55 p.m., just 5 minutes before the trade deadline. And unfortunately, what the rumor is, or at least the story out of Cleveland, is that the front office was so excited to actually get A.J. McCarron from the Cincinnati Bengals that they were celebrating so hard they forgot to actually submit the paperwork to the NFL, and the 4 p.m. deadline came, and the Cleveland Browns came up short and did not end up with the quarterback. So definitely, I guess that's a little bit of par for the course for the Cleveland Browns. They can't seem to get much right. Now, there is some other talks, some other speculation that maybe they purposely did it. They agreed to the trade and then last second decided not to call the NFL and submit it. The Browns organization is also saying that they sent the paperwork over to Cincinnati to get signed by both them and Cincinnati's job was to actually submit it. That is not protocol for an NFL trade. The protocol is that each team must independently submit their paperwork and notify the NFL of the actual trade. So that is proper procedure for that. So neither happened. Either way, either Cleveland Browns looks stupid, or they didn't know the procedure, or for whatever reason they chose to back out. Foolish either way. Just another little notch of the belt for the idiocy out of the Cleveland Browns organization. Also, Kelvin Benjamin from the Carolina Panthers was traded to the Buffalo Bills today as well, just before the deadline. This is a big push for Buffalo. It looks like they are trying to capitalize on their start. Buffalo is 5-2 right now, already having completed their bye week. If they do win against the Jets this Thursday, it will be their best start since 1993 when they were a Super Bowl contender. They did not win that year, but this will be their best start since then. So, they are obviously trying to make a major push for the playoffs this year by getting Kelvin Benjamin. So from the Carolina Panthers, I believe for just a 4th-round draft pick. So trading draft picks to try to make a run for this year. So that's all I got for the sports update. We'll see you guys tomorrow.